Get a 700 credit score now. That's right. If you do these things, you could be next in getting a 700 credit score. What could you do with a 700 credit score? What could you do if you could boost your score 100 points, 150 points, 200 points? Had an individual who wrote in and say, I started in the 520s with my credit score, my FICO 520s. Now I'm up in the 700 club. 712 is their highest score. 712, 710, 700. Okay. Their FICO 8 scores, the one that's utilized the most. They've got the Experian at 712. They've got the TransUnion at 710, and they got the Equifax at 700. And that's what you see right here. We'll get in here tight. Get close. Get in here, Jerome. Get in. Okay, and you can even see the date. Okay. This individual said, hey, what's up, Brandon? Okay. Since I started with you, I had a 524 FICO. Now I'm in a 700 club. Had 3 bankruptcies on the credit report, so 1 bankruptcy on each credit report. Got this negative, nasty, erroneous junk off of the credit reports. And they've got 5 mortgage pre-approvals ranging from, it's a good chunk of change that they got as far as mortgages. And they can look to purchase properties. They're looking to purchase homes. They're looking to invest, okay? I had another individual who wrote in with their, so you see the credit score, okay? Now you can see this is what the reports say, okay? When you get this stuff back, and I don't want to redact some information for some people, right? Don't want to put everybody's pertinent details out there. But you see the deletion, deleted, right? Deleted. Those are the types of things. Those are the types of things you learn here on this channel. So you want to hit the subscribe tribe button. You want to hit that bell for notifications. You want to jump on thesubscribetribe.com for the dates and times when I go live, because I'll be going live, answering your questions on the live, okay? If you want to do this, 609creditrepair.com. You can get the Beyond Committed package, send the letters, get these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there, these bankruptcies, these charge-offs, these foreclosures, these whatever you have, get these negative items off of there. And if you want us to do it, we can do it for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, all right? It's all possible to get you to the other side. Now, we're going to go over how you can get a 700 credit score, because there's things you can do right now, today, that can help you get there. Now, we talked about disputing these negative, nasty, erroneous items, and I see I've got a few questions here, okay? We're going to make sure to get to these questions. I'm going to open it up to Q&A right after we complete how you can get the 700 credit score. People want to know, and you can always email me, okay? You can always email me if, for some reason, you know, we get to talking and perhaps I miss a question, or perhaps you come in and got to go. You got things you got going on this holiday weekend. You know, I know it's coming up. Got a great holiday weekend coming up. I hope everybody enjoys. So if you want to email me, you can email me. Sometimes people don't want to put all their pertinent details out there. Not everybody wants to put all their information out there for everybody to see. So you can privately email me, and I will get back to you with an email. Now, let's get into it. Highest FICO achievers, 35% have 0 missed payments, no missed payments, 100% on time, no collections, no charge-offs, no public records, no foreclosures, no negative items, no late payments, no nothing. 35% is your payment history. Biggest section, 35% is payment history. So you got to get these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there. These individuals who are getting these deletions that I showed, getting in the 700s, they've got no negative items anymore. They've updated any negative late payments to positive by using the late payment disputes, the 609 disputes to dispute unverified late payments, using goodwill letters, using whatever it takes to get these negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there. So 35%, all good, cleared now. So what is the next thing that you're looking at? Well, you're saying, hey, Brandon, I've got the negative items out of there, but I need some good on-time payment history. Maybe you have some now and you're good. Maybe you don't and you need some, so you've got to start building credit. You need either unsecured credit cards, which would be optimal, or if you're just starting out and you really have to, you might have to start with a secured card, credit builder card, self.inc, chime.com, these types of things that can help you build your credit, okay? So building your credit, you're good. 30%, your next biggest section, 30% is your amount of debt, okay? So utilization. You've got the collections, the charge-offs, the negative items out of there, so that helps your utilization. Believe it or not, these charge-offs and these collections get put into your utilization. It's terrible. Charge-off, you get a charge-off, that's one account. You got the collection, that's one account. And the balance of that collection, that's messing with your utilization. It's like a 3 hit to your credit report. This is why the credit goes down into the 590s, the 560s, the 490s. That's why it's so low when you've got these negative items on there, because they just keep hitting you. So you cleaned it all up. You want to keep your credit utilization under 7%. That's right. So you probably are saying, hey, I thought it was 30%, Brandon. I thought it was 10%. So keeping it under 30% is the minimum for credit utilization. So if you want to have decent credit utilization, it's under 30%. If you want good credit utilization, it's under 10%. And if you want this excellent credit utilization for excellent credit, it's under 7%. Now, how do you do that? Well, you want to pay your balances off in full every month if you can. Now, I know you might see some other things out there that say, well, you know what? You should keep 1%, 2% utilization. You should keep a little on there. You should try and make sure you're paying on the statement date. And, when it reflects to the bureaus, and the date for when it reports is different than the statement date and the payment date. And, you try to make sure to pay enough so you don't get any interest, but you keep a little balance on there. It's too much. Okay, it's too much for me. I pay it off every month. Sometimes I pay even early. A couple of weeks here, pay, a couple of weeks there, pay, get it down. I keep my utilization down, still up, fantastic credit, okay? You could do this. Now, the trick to this is having 3 revolving credit cards, 3 revolving accounts, 3 revolving charge cards, right? So one of them, 2 of them, all 3 of them could be utilized in the same fashion, okay? And you pay them off every month. You could use one of them just for your subscriptions. I know some people out there got some subscriptions. Some people utilizing streaming services, or, car insurance is subscription. Sometimes they let you use credit card for that. Okay. Maybe you got medical insurance premiums. Maybe you got something that's always going to recur monthly that you need. And so you use your credit card for that. Maybe put all your recurring subscriptions on one credit card. So that's what I like to do, so I can see it. So I can say, well, hold on, what's going on there? Maybe I don't need that one anymore, right? So you get one credit card for that. You pay all that. You use the other 2 like cash. Groceries, gas, right? Food, other things that you're doing, okay? So your utilization is also something that gets looked at on each line of credit. So individuals might say, well, look, I'm using 3 lines of credit. I got a lot of available credit because I got other credit cards. I can use 80% on one credit card because the rest are kept low. Well, that's not going to give you an overall utilization that's really high. However, they still don't like seeing individual credit cards close to the max. So even your individual credit cards, your individual charge cards like the Amex that have to be paid back every month, even those, every card should be kept under its utilization, okay? Don't let the credit utilization get high, even on individual cards. That's why spreading it out over 3 can be helpful, or paying early can be helpful, okay? So 3 revolving cards accounts. So your credit cards, your charge-offs, or excuse me, your credit cards, your charge cards, utilize it monthly, paid off on time. So now you've got all on-time payment history, 35% payment history, 30% is your amount of debt. You got 65%. Good. You're solid. That is going to get you to where you want to be real quick. Now, 15% length of credit history. Now, of course, you're saying, hey, I cleaned up my credit. I don't have a lot of credit history. It's all right. You can still be in the 700s and not have, decades of credit history. The highest FICO achievers do have an old account on there that's over 25 years old. However, you don't have to have that, okay? The average age of the accounts for the highest FICO achievers is 9 years or more. You don't have to have all that. You just want to have some good credit age. Maybe you've got 2 or 3 years of credit history. Maybe your oldest account is a few years old. You can still be in the 700s, okay? There's still individuals in the 700s like that. 10% is your amount of new credit. So really not having a lot of new hard inquiries. And now people are saying, well, I got all these hard inquiries and I need to take care of those. And That may be a situation where you need to take care of if you've got a lot of hard inquiries for maybe some like, dealership, or you're running credit a bunch or something like that. But for the most part, the hard inquiries don't hurt you significantly unless you are looking for business funding or trying to get into these higher echelons of the credit scores, the 780s and the 800s and that kind of stuff. Okay. So the highest FICO achievers have not applied for credit in the past year and really haven't had a hard inquiry in the past 2.5 years. So they haven't, they haven't opened, their newest account was opened 2.5 years ago, and they haven't applied for credit in the last year. So you would say, well, how could that be? Well, your newest open account could be 2.5 years old, and they separated it because sometimes people look for credit but don't open a credit card. So you might get a hard inquiry and not go through with something. And you say, well, how is that possible? Well, in my situation, I actually was looking for a new apartment, got a hard inquiry on it, decided not to go with that complex. And if you get a hard inquiry for an apartment complex, unless you're utilizing something to report your rent, you're not really getting a new recently opened account, So that's why they kind of spread apart. Number of recent inquiries in the past year. Usually the highest FICO achievers don't have any hard inquiries or applications in the past year, and they haven't opened a new account in 2.5 years. So sometimes it's a little separate, but for the most part, what they're saying is they're not applying for a lot of credit often. So what happened to me, which I've talked about here, is I had my credit score way up in the 800s, used it to utilize and get the travel miles cards, came down, then it came back up after a period of time of using it. Okay. 10% is your credit mix. So this is where you can make up some ground if you're dealing with credit history, which you can't, effectively handle. Maybe you need to utilize your new credit, so you have to have new credit. So you have new credit and you don't have a lot of history. Credit mix. The highest FICO achievers have 12 revolving accounts, okay? 12 credit cards. 5 of them can be store cards. The rest have to be big bank cards. You do not have to have store cards to be in the highest FICO achievers. You could have all credit cards. I'm not telling you go get 12 revolving accounts right now. Over a period of time, it may take a few years, okay? But you can do that. Also, the highest FICO achievers have installment loans up to about 5. And you say 5, that's a lot. Well, maybe you've got a couple of cards that have paid off, mortgage, maybe you got a secure loan, right? Self, couple car notes, mortgage, self, it's 4 right there, right? Bank issued credit cards, 7. Got to have big bank 7, and the rest could be store cards, but they can all be banks 12. Okay. This is the type of stuff we're teaching here. This is the type of stuff you can do. You can get these negative, nasty, erroneous items off. 609creditrepair.com. Okay. Get these, deletions that we're talking about. Get up in the 700 club that you've seen. If you are watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. Please give the video a thumbs up. If you're watching now on the live, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you, especially on a Friday when we're closing in on a holiday weekend. All right. Did SageStream and LexisNexis merge together? Yes. Great question. Yes. Okay. So if you go to SageStream, which we've noticed, okay, and you click this, and they actually you can see opt out, opt in right here. And click Consumer Report. It says LexisNexis Risk Solution. All right. Yes, it's right there. Okay. So they've merged. LexisNexis is, got all this information and they're sharing it. Okay. So what can you do? Pull your reports. Take a look. Okay. SageStream, part of LexisNexis Risk Solution. Freeze your LexisNexis. Pull your LexisNexis. See what they're sharing. See the SageStream report. Get this information because a lot of these bureaus are sharing your private personal data, right? So, yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, trying to keep my utilization on 30% per each card while trying to build credit. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Davey, good afternoon, Brandon and Tribe fam. Thank you. Good to see you. Jerome got the camera working. Exactly. What letter can I use for charge off? All right. So charge off. Got this negative item. on the credit reports. Okay. Maybe it's a charge-off credit card. Maybe it's a charge-off loan. You can dispute this with the credit bureaus using the 609 dispute letter package, okay, which we have at 609creditrepair.com. And we've got letters that you can send to the bureaus and the follow-up letters and all that good stuff. If the charge-off is with a collection company now, you can dispute the charge-off and the collection company and all the other negative items with the letters that you can send to the credit bureaus, which you can get at 609creditrepair.com. You can also send collection validation letters to the collectors. Okay. So you've got that. Now you can take a look. Does the charge-off have a balance? Does the collection to that charge-off have a balance? Because only one of them can have a balance. So you can also send your inaccurate dispute letters along with your 609 dispute letters if necessary. If those have balances, you can say, oh no, this is inaccurate. All of that is available to you at 609creditrepair.com in the Beyond Committed package. All right. The Callaway. Can you help repair credit? Yes, yes. TheAwesomeLifeGroup.com. We are standing by. We can do the work for you. Okay. Or if you're interested in you sending the letters, you can do so as well at 609creditrepair.com. Get that ebook, the letters, the videos, the system walk through the process. And we have the email support as well. All right. So either way, we can help you get to the other side. Individuals getting great results. I keep getting people emailing things like that. If you're just coming in now in the beginning of the live stream, it showed people getting 4 or 5 deletions. It's showing people getting the 700 credit club. Okay. I got another question. Said somebody at a medical collection. Okay. And they paid it off. Maybe they didn't see the videos, or maybe they didn't even know they had a medical, and they're like, oh, let me just take care of this. And they sent them to collections anyway. We've seen stuff like that happen. What can you do? Okay. What can you do in that situation? Can you still dispute? Yes, you can still dispute. And oftentimes they don't want to sit there and quote unquote verify something that they're not going to get any funds for. They're done with it. They feel like, oh, well, what does it matter if it's on the reports or not? Okay. Late payments. All right. Got a question about late payments. This individual has a lot of late payments. All right. Let's see here. Several late payments. Okay. Send in second round of goodwill letters. Okay. So you got all these late payments. Okay. Now you want to make sure that if you're sending goodwill letters, you're in good standing now and you've got good on-time payment history, and that's all worth it, right? If you've got that many late payments, you're sending the late payment dispute letter as well as your 609 dispute letters to dispute unverified late payments. It may take a few rounds. Now, if for some reason it's derogatory, right? It's got so many late payments and it doesn't have any good enough on-time payment history to outweigh the negative late payments, you could dispute the entire account, okay, if you had to. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily your situation. You'd have to let me know. But if it is, you have options for you, okay? All right. So you send your first round of letters. Now the bureaus are doing a smoke screen stall tactic. They say, well, reach out to the collectors. They can remove it. So you can send your collection validation letters to the collectors as well. But the bureaus still have to do their own independent investigation. So you could complain to the CFPB about them not doing that. Also, send your second round of letters. Send your collection validation letters. Push on them. If for some reason the collectors want to come back and say, oh, well, and do some other nonsense, stall tactic or whatnot, you can send your collector fails to validate letter to the bureaus. So now the bureau is saying, oh, well, you go talk to them. I said, I did talk to them. They failed to validate. You were not able to verify. You need to remove this stuff immediately. All right. And you complain into the CFPB. And, they don't want to deal with that because that's a potential fine for them. Fines of violations of Fair Credit Reporting Act, potential $1,000 per violation when provided proof of such inaccuracies. Okay. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay. And we've talked about such violations. Okay. Refusing to correct information after being provided proof of inaccuracy. Okay. Well, we can't verify. They couldn't verify it. Oh, we don't know. It says Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 623, Customer vs. TransUnion. Okay. And this fine is the extent of damages incurred by you, the wrong parties. Okay. Not any financial or legal advice, but these types of statutes are available to you. These types of rights are available to you under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Okay. I'm going to put my email address here as well. I'm going to also get back to, helping the clients and sending the letters and getting these emails squared away and all that great stuff. Also, have a great holiday weekend as well. So let's see if we have any other ones. Make sure I get all these on the live. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Please give the video a thumbs up. Okay. Hit the subscribe, try button, and that bell for notifications. I love you all so very much. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Know I'm here to help you get to the other side. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.